Good morning, resellers. It's Saturday, September 13th. Yard sale season is starting to wind down, I thought, but it seems to be getting better than ever in September. I guess people really want to get rid of stuff, but I had to break this. I'm breaking this down into two parts. We're going to do what I got all at the very first house because I got so much at the first house I went to that it's going to be a video in itself, except I'm going to give you a sneak preview of part two. Here's a boo. But he'll be in the part two of the video. But this first house we pulled up, all they had was one table out with a pair of ice skates and blender. And I'm like, well, let's stop anyway, see if they're going to be putting any video games out later. Because, yeah, I mean, we want to know. So the lady said she has a ton of video games in the house. She's not going to bring them. He hasn't brought them out yet. Can I come back in a half hour? Well, you know how that goes. If you come back in a half hour after using the power of the ask, then you come back and she had brought them out and then somebody else buys them up. So I said, well, why don't you bring them out next? I can wait. And then while she was inside, I checked out this blender, Vitamix, and I looked up a little, and just the bottom part unit by itself, replacement motor, that goes for $130 on eBay. So it's a little heavy. Yes, it's got the attachments and everything. I don't know if I'll bother selling it with the attachments or just sell it for the part. But 130, probably 150 with the parts. And she charged me $20 for that. And I was more than happy to pay $20. So I paid her for that a while. She started bringing out Atari. I'm going to go to the Atari games last because I know little about Atari games compared to Nintendo. I know I looked a couple of them up. They usually go for like $10 to $12 free shipping, but I'm going to get to the Atari in a bit. First, I'm going to go to the Nintendo. For the Nintendo, I got this. This is actually a Super Nintendo case I just found out. And it holds 24 games, wooden back and plastic front, like a Super Nintendo cartridge. And that is selling between 100 and 150 in the sold listings. And everything on the table, I paid $50 for and $20 for the blender, so $70. So that empty case is going to get all the money back alone. Then we got, of course, Nintendo console and two controllers. I'll probably just take, I don't like, as you know, if you watched my previous videos, I don't like selling consoles by themselves. When Spencer Complete in Box, a local video game store here in Ephrata, Pennsylvania, he pays so well compared to other video game stores that it's not even worth selling the consoles online normally. So I'll probably take the Nintendo console to him, have him test it, make sure it works. It looks in great condition for its age. Then we also got two Ataris that she said work. I've recently sold a few broken Ataris for parts for more than that, more than $30 each. So she sold me all the Atari stuff for $30 by itself. So even before I saw the Nintendo stuff, I knew I wanted it. And even before I opened up the case of games to find out what Nintendo games, I knew I wanted that obviously for $20. I didn't even know what games were in it. Now that I looked, I kind of wish I just threw some extra money because I got more than I bargained for. That's to say the least. And then I'm not even going to go through all that. That's a bunch of Atari plugs and accessories. There's controllers in there. Some of them go for about $10 a piece. I'm going to have to go through all that. But until then, yeah, I might do a separate, like I said, I'm going to do a separate Atari video. Maybe I'll get the controllers untangled and discuss what controllers I got, but I'm not really too worried about those. Oh, there's two more Nintendo controllers, actually. I mean, they go for over $10 a piece themselves, and so I got 4 Nintendo controllers. Now, let's get to the Nintendo games. We'll start off with the common one. Jeopardy. Actually, I don't know if this particular Jeopardy is common, but it probably is. Any Jeopardy game doesn't go for much, so nothing special there. I played some Jeopardy online, but it used to be kind of fun, but you got to sit there and type the answers the whole way through, and kind of lost interest in Jeopardy when you started playing it on Nintendo. Then you got NES Open, which is the same as Nintendo Golf, I believe, and it's just a different cartridge. I'm not sure if this goes for more than the Golf. I feel like it would, but I'm not positive offhand. If anybody knows in the comments, let me know. I played the golf version, and I played this version on an emulator, but I haven't played this version with the cartridge. I always tried to get par, and then I see speed runs on YouTube of people going through the whole course in like 4 minutes, and then that got a little discouraging, so I kind of stopped playing Nintendo Golf. Now this game is my favorite game, Super Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Super Bowl, as a Nintendo cartridge is called. If you watched any of my previous videos, I actually have a couple videos up of me getting 888 yards receiving in one game with Jerry Rice, me beating the computer without running an offensive play, and I forget, I might have a third one. I'm probably going to do some more Tecmo videos, though. I do consider myself top level at Super Tecmo. Don't really find too many people that can beat me, especially if I have the Niners with Player 1. I don't think anybody's ever beat me in that situation. But yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites. I love non-sports games too. I'm just not quite as good at them. Then we have Contra and Contra 2. Or Super Contra, I guess it was called. Well, let's see, where is that? They're both going, Contra was going for like 25, 30. Super Contra like 25. I never played Super Contra. I played Contra a little, but it was kind of too hard for me. Just play the first couple levels. Then we have a copy of Mario Brothers without Duck Hunt and a copy with Duck Hunt. They're like $12 games or so. I think the regular Mario goes for a little more, actually, just because you got full artwork of Mario. Then we don't have the original Zelda, but we got Adventures in Link, the other golden cartridge. It's a little scuffed up there, not in the best of condition. I think it's like a $20, $30 game, and I never played that one near as much. I watched some people play it, but it didn't really catch my interest much. I love the original. Again, I'm not very good at the non-sports games, never beat it, but it was a fun game to play. Then we have Final Fantasy. I never actually played the original Nintendo one. I kind of want to. My favorite game is Final Fantasy VI with Terra and Locke, and Final Fantasy 5 and 6 I beat, and I loved 7 too when I played it. I never beat that one, but this is the one that started it all. Otherwise, those games would never existed. So it's a pretty famous title and really good shape too. The artwork and paper on it, pretty spotless. So it's $25, $30 game, but I feel like might be able to upgrade that a little bit with how great a condition that one is. Then we got Double Dragon 2. I think they're about $20 games, but artwork's pretty good. It's a little faded, but those are always fun games to play too. Again, never could get too far in them, but they're classic ones to play that you always wanted to pick up a controller and fight some ninjas or whatever enemies arose. Then we got Maniac Mansion. I've looked that one up briefly when I got back, since I haven't heard of it. I think that was like a $25 game as well. Pretty much most of these on average, $20 to $30. Never played it, don't know much about it. If you want to let me know in the comments what you thought of that game also. And if you're enjoying this content, by the way, please like and subscribe. We're getting close to getting monetized, and we're at 779 subscribers. And I want to give a shout out to Fun Guy Flips. He's a friend on Instagram, and he had 750 subscribers last week, and then he put out a viral short that got 1 million views, and now he's already monetized with 1,500 subscribers. So it can happen overnight. All we need is your help and support. So if you are enjoying this content, that would give us some money to help improve the content. Any money we make from monetization, for a while we plan to throw right back in to growing and improving the channel. But back to the games, we got Excitebike. I feel like that one's not too expensive. I played it. It's a fun game to play, but it's a pretty common game. The label's messed up a little there. I want to say that's probably like a $15 game, but yeah, I'm not sure on that. Lunar Pool, never played it, never heard of it, so I looked it up. It's about a $15 game, same as the last. Most little problem with the label up top there, but most of these are pretty immaculate condition. Got Bionic Commando. I know that's a famous game. I never personally played it. Great label. I want to say it's a around a $20 game. It's not like too uncommon. I've seen it plenty of times. Mario 2 and Mario 3 after we had Mario 1. Actually, Mario 3, I actually can beat that game. Mario 2 I can't beat without pretty much infinite lives, but Mario 2 is my favorite game, which most people disagree and dislike Mario 2 compared to Mario 1 and 3, but Mario 2 is actually my favorite, kind of like, since it's the oddball of the group. But yeah, I love playing with Luigi, how high he can jump. And when I first started playing, watching Princess drag across the screen was fascinating, since I hadn't played Mario 3 yet, where you can fly. And then we got football version. This is worth next to nothing. I thought it was the baseball version because the cover looks almost exactly the same. I know the baseball game is one of the most generic games there is, but the one that's just called baseball for regular Nintendo, I played a lot of and enjoyed it for as simple as it was. This game, never tried it. I played Tecmo Bowl and Tecmo Super Bowl and never... I did play a couple other football games, 10-Yard Fight and John Elway Football, which I actually have gaming videos up on, but those games were not anywhere close to Tecmo, and I know for a fact this one isn't either. I just don't know how bad it is. Then we got Jurassic Park for regular NES. I played it on Sega. I actually never knew NES had a version, but that goes for about $25 or so. Then, there's a Super Mario 3 manual. It's beat up, though. Probably not even worth including that with the game. And then we got Punch-Out! Not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Now, I know the story is they lost licensing with Mike for a certain amount of time. I forget if they had licensing and started with that or started with this Punch-Out! I feel like this came after. I was actually surprised that this one pretty much goes for the same as Mike Tyson's does. I guess maybe it's harder to get because not as many copies, but it's in great shape. So again, I should be able to upgrade and go a little higher on the price count. And then we got Tetris Classic 1. I never got into Tetris. I enjoyed the kind of game like that Mean Bean Machine Dr. Robotnik's for Sega, but Tetris I never really played too much. Yeah, I just never got into it. I think it's a $15 game if I remember. I didn't look it up today. And then we got Tecmo NBA Basketball. Never played it. You would think I would because the football's so great. I heard basketball wasn't anything special. I don't think it goes for too much either. But let me know if anybody knows anything on Tecmo Basketball, if they ever played it, what they thought of it, and what the value is on that. Obviously, I'm going to look it up myself at some point. Now, getting into the Atari games, again, disclaimer, I might do a separate Atari video at some point and go through the value of these games, but I do not know personally. I looked up a couple of them, like Deadly Duck was like a $15 game, free shipping, Pole Position 12, Asteroids, I actually played that one. Everybody's played Asteroids. That's a classic. It's in great shape, but again, nothing special. A lot of people would just lot these games up, look for the expensive ones and lot the rest of them up. But I don't mind. They're so small, and I enjoy posting little video games like right in a row. So I don't mind posting them individually and letting them sit for a while. If they're going to get me like $4, even so, it doesn't take much time. You figure you post 30 video games in less than 2 hours, even if you make $3 a piece, that's $90, $45 an hour when they finally sell. I'm not in a rush to sell them or anything. Some of them are a little dirty, need cleaned up. But I'm going to go through the titles. Let me know in the comments if you see any bangers here that are worth more. Obviously, I'll look them up myself, but I'd love to know before I look them up if you guys see this video first. We got Air Sea Battle. I'll let you know if I've played any of them. I barely remember because I was like 5 or 6 when I was playing Atari. We got Skiing. We got Puyon. I don't know what that is. For use for Atari, for Sears. Looks different than this 2600 cartridges. But yeah, I'm actually going to look this up right after this video, because that's something that looks oddballish. Got Video Olympics. Another copy of Video Olympics for some reason. I guess they had 2 Ataris, maybe 2 kids were playing. We got Cubert. That's famous. I think most people played that. Label's coming off a little. So that's going to be just a flea market one. Not going anywhere with that. Then we got Mousetrap. I played the board game Mousetrap. I never knew there was a video game. So that's kind of cool. Got Game Program Combat with Tank, Tank Pong, Invisible Tank, different games on there. 8 telegames. Got Real Sports Tennis. Another Real Sports Tennis. Yar's Revenge. I'm going to set that one aside. I have a feeling I've heard of that, but Reactor. River Raid. Maze Craze. Oh, by the way, my friend Josh is here in the background. I'm going to have him look this one up. Can you try scanning that on eBay?
Yeah, Yar's Revenge is 8.
What?
Yar's Revenge is 8.
Yeah, I have a feeling that might not. It looks cool, but Yar's Revenge is only worth $8. But that one, that weird one, I handed Josh to look up. We got Video Pinball. I played pinball at regular Nintendo, but not for Atari, I don't think. We got bowling. We got football. I actually played that one. I mean, it entertained me at 6 years old, but I know it wouldn't entertain me for very long now. Maybe for nostalgia for about 5 minutes. We got Desert Falcon. Might set that one aside. Got the classic Donkey Kong. I think everybody's played Donkey Kong one version or another. I'm not sure what the Atari versions were. It's probably not. They probably made a ton of copies of Donkey Kong. Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm trying to think if that was... No, I don't think it was Mark Tire, but I know the game was like... I forget if it was rated like one of the worst games or something like that. Keystone Capers. A little dirty, needs some cleaning. Sequest. I think I might have played that, but I can barely remember. Another copy of Video Pinball. Another copy of Combat Game Program. Space Invaders. Defender. I played that game. That game gave me anxiety as a little kid trying to not die in that game. Got 2 copies of Pac-Man. Pretty good shape on the Pac-Mans. Oh no, that one's in good shape, one's dirty. Got Night Driver. 112 telegames in one. Star Raiders. E.T. Pretty dirty. I thought that was worth something E.T., but I looked it up and it wasn't anything special. Maybe that was the one that was really bad, not Raiders of the Lost Ark, I don't remember. Frogger, that's a classic. That's one of my favorites. You can't go wrong with Frogger. Then we got Ms. Pac-Man. I had that as a kid too. I played that on other systems, but I did have it for Atari. I know that. River Raid. That looks familiar. Don't remember it well enough though. Enduro. Atari Baseball. I remember pitching a no-hitter when I was 7 in that game. I was all excited to finally pitch a no-hitter, but then I got a Nintendo and never played it again. 2 telegames basketball. Another copy of Ms. Pac-Man. Another third copy of Pac-Man. I don't know what they needed so many copies of Pac-Man for. And a copy of Pitfall. So that'll just about do it. Josh, you find anything on that one?
So, Bouillon goes for about 20.
20. So I did pick out a $20 game. The label's a little messed up, so maybe it'll be more like 15 like a lot of the other.
It was 20 with a scratch label. That's actually a better label than what's on.
Okay. So yeah, I did pick out the one game I picked out, Puya. It just looked like catchy artwork. It felt like it had to be worth something. I've never seen anything like it, so... Yep, but everybody, thanks for watching. When this video releases, we might wait a couple days to release it here, but once it releases, we should have part 2 in the next day or so, right after that. And then that'll be the next one out. And I have a hunch there's a town-wide yard sale next week down towards Philadelphia. I need to double check. I'm going to try to make it down there. And then it's going to be pretty sporadic when we get to go yard selling. I'll be doing a lot of posting. Might do some of the old Monday What's Getting Shipped videos, but or maybe switch over to some gaming videos, or maybe I can go to some stores and find some Thomas trains and get some more Thomas footage out there for you. But any of the stuff that you watch on our channel, we appreciate it. And again, please like and subscribe, and everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next one.